Welcome back. This is Joe Blasco for MUA TV's Graduate Alumni Show. And right now, it's my great pleasure to introduce another alumni, Mr. Robert Rapport. Robert. Come on in here. Thank you. Sit down, sit down. You're looking good, kiddo.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look great. You look younger than ever. So, I'll tell you, the last time I saw you, we were working on the book, The Professional Makeup Artist.
Can't wait for the second edition.
It's volume 2.
Volume 2.
Volume 2 and 3, but volume 2 is coming out first. It's going to be coming out this November.
Is that the one? Does it have beards in it?
Yes, it does. It's all the character makeup volume. Okay, so if you have volume 1, look for volume 2. It's coming out. You're going to love it, and you're going to see it right here on MUA TV. Now, you were working with Zoe Hay. You came in when Zoe Hay was doing beard work, and she did some excellent beard work in the book.
She's amazing.
She is. She has a master's degree, you know.
I know.
In makeup.
That's the whole reason I came in to model for her, to learn from her watching. It was like having a free 4-hour beard lesson.
Yeah.
Refresher.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
She made put a beard on me also for the book. If you look real closely, you'll see me in this. I look like an old prospector. You know, the only thing I have missing is the pick and shovel. You know? I tell you, you've grown and come up in the ranks so quickly. Justice, Good Morning America, General Hospital, Port Charles, Ugly Betty, Rumor Has It, Scrubs, Circuit, National Treasure, Pirates of the Caribbean, Invasion, Dirty Sexy Money, Standoff, Entourage. And trust me, now Entourage, you're department head.
Yes, sir, last season.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I spent seasons 2 through 4 as the key.
Yes.
Which, can I just say first, I can't believe, the whole time I've been watching, I just can't believe I'm sitting here being interviewed as an alumni with you when just in 1999 I graduated from this school.
Well, thank you.
And I just can't believe I'm sitting here being.
Well, it's true.
It is.
Want me to
true.
pinch you? You see, and you're sitting here because of all of this that you've done.
I've been so lucky.
You see, everybody says that, lucky, but you know what? It's more than luck. It's perseverance. It's determination. It's passion.
It is.
It's love for the art.
Yes.
And it's being willing to just go that extra mile to really make whatever it is they ask for come to pass.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's also, you know, the thing that I learned the most from your school, aside from the, I mean, you learn an enormous amount in a short period of time.
Yeah.
So you have to constantly, after you graduate, you have to keep it up.
Yeah, go back to it.
Because a lot of the things, at least in my experience, a lot of the things that most of the stuff you're taught here, beauty is first.
Yes.
And then you go on and learn so many other things.
Right.
And then when you get out in the world, you're going to do beauty.
Yes.
For me.
Yeah.
And beauty and beauty and beauty.
And more and more
like a little here and there, a bruise, or you might be called upon to do something minor in those other things.
Yes.
So it is something you have to constantly.
And this is why when you say it's something that you constantly have to keep up. And I don't know if you all are aware of it because you graduated, you know, a while ago. All right. My older kids, you're one of my younger kids. If you're a graduate of Joe Blasco Makeup Artist Training Center, you're able to come back and sit in on any of the classes that you took, all the lectures and demonstrations at any time.
Right.
You know.
And you forget
and you come back. Do you come back and sit? You have.
I have come back
good.
a few times.
Excellent.
But and I've also come back. I've assisted Kelsey on some of her special training classes.
Yes.
And the reason I did that, she was like, "Can you do me a favor?" To me, it wasn't a favor.
Yes.
It was like, oh, you know, more learning.
Right.
I could
But you didn't
watch.
tell her that, did you?
Yeah, I did tell her that.
Let her think you're doing her a favor.
No, but this was
They come in
way
and learn.
this was way early on in my career. You know, it was good for me to come and
Right.
do stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But my whole point to that all was that yes, I feel blessed that I'm working. Anybody working feels blessed. You know, because our careers are in such a pendulum.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not just makeup artists. Anybody in the whole entire industry.
Yes.
But I feel blessed because I'm working. But and plus, you know, with today's economy and everything going on, of course you're going to feel blessed. But I also feel like the main thing that you taught me in your whole philosophy of your school was never say no, and always, you know, I think, I hate to put it like this, but keeping your mouth shut.
I think that's one thing I never learned. But I'm glad you did.
But you passed it off somehow.
I passed it off. No,
passed
I'm
it
just
off.
kidding. I'm just kidding. No, that's very important. Now, that
It's
was
so
taught to me by
huge.
Ben Nye Sr. Ben Nye Sr. taught me that. He said, be humble, kid.
Is that what,
Yeah, be humble, kid. Keep your mouth shut. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen and learn.
And the other thing is never say no.
That's right.
I mean, I don't argue with anybody. I always just say, whatever you need, whatever
That's
you
right.
need. Can you get them ready in 2 minutes? Do
Yes.
my best.
That's right.
And, no, but it's
That's
never,
right.
the answer is never no.
That's right. It's never negative.
Right.
It's always positive.
Right, right.
You know, because that's obviously, I mean, that's what you're there for.
Right.
To bring their vision to life, to make it easier for
Right.
them.
And so much of what we do is who we are, our personality.
Absolutely. And the most successful of my graduates are those who do have a very pleasant and harmonious personality that can bend and flex and be with those people in production the way that the people in production want them to be.
Right.
You know?
It's hard to learn that though, because I'm not that way. You have to be that way though if you're
Right.
going to.
But that's what we tried to instill in you when you were in school. And
Yeah.
obviously you picked it up, you know.
Yeah, I have a lot of mentors. I have you.
Yeah.
I have Cindy Lee, huge mentor.
Yes.
And Cindy Lee got me my first job.
She did.
Yeah.
What
At
job was
General
that?
Hospital.
I heard him on
General
General
Hospital.
Hospital. You worked on, how long did you work on General Hospital? I must have had a slew of my graduates on General
Well,
Hospital.
here, you know what? Can I tell you this is the God's honest truth?
Yes.
I met Cindy Lee at a party, at Kelsey's birthday party, because I knew Kelsey before I did makeup. So she's my biggest mentor.
Yes.
And I was a flight attendant before this. For
Yes, American Airlines.
Yes, for, hate to say, but over 20 years. And I actually flew while I was doing makeup for many, many years. I just quit not too long ago.
Yes.
And I wanted to do makeup. I met her at a party. I had just graduated, and she said to me,
Cindy Lee.
because it's a non-union show, it was a way for me to get
Yes.
my days to get into the union. And I said, do you think you could get me over at General Hospital? You know, even just whatever, a
Right.
day here, a day there. And she's like, well, you went to Joe Blasco, right? And I said, yeah. She says, well, then you must be really good. So I went in and interviewed
Thank you.
with Donna Messina,
Yes.
who I love and adore. She got me all my union days. The minute she met me, I never stopped working. I went to General Hospital, met Donna for one day. She got me there, but then Donna met me and she said, you went to Joe Blasco, right? And I said, yep. And she goes, well, you must be good then. And she
Well, I
goes,
really appreciate that.
No.
I can't say that.
no,
Everybody's got
no, but I'm
good.
telling you, but it does carry a status with
yeah.
it. When I got out of here, it helped me to get that job. That is the reason that
For the
she
majority
really
of
worked
the,
there.
we try to, you know, the serious ones, obviously. I mean, we have tremendous enrollment. And there are a lot of very, very serious people that come to my school because we're very demanding in what we ask people to
Right?
learn,
It's not easy.
especially if Kelsey's your teacher.
Especially, and she was one of my teachers, so I went there, and she also was like, you're not, you use Joe Blasco only, don't you? I was like, uh-huh. She goes, good, because that's all we use here. And it's true, I'm sure, to this day. And Pancake.
Yeah, Max Factor.
Which I love. I still use Pancake.
I just, I wear Pancake. I can't imagine using my makeup and then putting Pancake over it.
That's what she does.
It's like a Mary Baker cake mix.
I know, but it's a beautiful look. She uses it as a highlighter.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
She doesn't use it all over. She uses a highlighter, or eyeshadow base.
Right.
Highlight here, there, And I still use Pancake sometimes for eyeshadow bases.
Yes. What pancake are you using? Because now Ben Nye makes a pancake as well. It's very difficult to find, I dug into my museum to get these colors, but because we used to use, light Egyptian, dark Egyptian, Tahitian tan. There was a light and a dark brown color, which was they called it something which is not politically acceptable any longer, and as well as light and dark tech and all these original Max Factor colors, which I have in my museum, which I'm wearing on my face.
They don't
make them.
Anymore.
No, you can still get tan number 2.
And can you
Pancake.
get one natural?
And natural number 2 for highlighting, and natural number 1, and tan rose and amber rose.
Yeah, those.
You can still get these, and they're very good. For
they're good
television
for a certain thing.
If you know how to apply them, you can.
Actually, you could use it on anything really if you
absolutely. You can put it on because it's so high in pigment. You can put it on very, very thin. But if you need coverage, you can put it on heavy too, or you can put my makeup on and then go over it with more Pancake.
That's the way I learned how to use it. So that's the way I use it. Is with your. I don't know how to use it any other way.
Yes.
Is use Joe Blasco, which to this day I still use, even on my new show. Trust me, which is
on Entourage.
On Entourage, I use Joe Blasco for highlight.
I see.
Like the orange highlight and the yellow highlight.
Yes, special yellow.
But I didn't use the Joe Blasco foundation.
Yes. That's okay.
I know.
There's a lot of other foundations.
But I did use the orange highlight.
It's so great.
But on Entourage, and also on my new show called Trust Me, which is not airing yet, we use I do use Joe Blasco, and it is shot on 35 millimeter and transferred over to high definition.
Right. Did you know you can use my foundations wet, like a pancake? You use them wet?
That's how I use them.
Yeah. You know who taught me that? You won't know this. His name was Ralph Gulco. He used to be married to Gail Ryan.
Oh.
And he came over to my lab one day, and he said, "Let me see some of the new colors you're making." And I gave him a few of the new colors. He said, "You have a sea sponge?" I said, "Yeah." And he got a sea sponge and he wet the sea sponge. And he went like this. I said, "What are you doing, Ralph? That's not supposed to be used wet." He says, "Are you kidding?" He said, "That's the only way I use it is wet." I learned something there. And I've been applying my foundations with a wet sea sponge ever since, or a wet foam latex, because it's nice and even that way.
Yeah,
oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can put it on like a real thin stain also. Well, thank you for being one of the makeup artists in this city that are still using Joe Blasco.
Well, I just talked about this with my second the other day.
Right.
It's something that you have to, just because I was trained this way, and you never have to worry. In other words, it's something that you can always use no matter what.
Right. It lasts and lasts. But we're not here to talk about my products. Let's not talk about it. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. So to this point in time, what is your most rewarding experience as a makeup artist?
Wow.
Outside of school.
Outside of school.
Yeah. As a makeup artist.
I would say being asked, I have been doing this for a short period of time, and I got asked to do the department head on Entourage after 3 seasons of being the key, the second position.
Well, obviously they recognized your work and liked what they saw.
And they let me, this year, we have a huge show. It's just airing now. I got to do all kinds of things. They let me create there's a movie within a movie. The show is about a movie star who it's all about his career and his life and things like that. So this season, yes, this season, he's down on his luck with his career, and he does this huge movie about firemen. So we got to do bits of that, and I got to create all kinds of different looks with burns and smoke and things like that. And the good thing about Entourage is it's a very glamorous show. We have lots of young women that we get to do. We had these Prada models.
Great.
And that's another thing about, what we were talking about earlier, being flexible. They would start, the preliminary would come out the day before, and we have 5 models tomorrow. We want you to do them up, and they're all featured, and okay. And the next day it would be 25 models that had to be like, with the full-on lashes and,
feathers.
And I had a ball. I had the greatest time. And
the challenge is terrific.
It was a challenge,
and it
made me feel so good every day when they never waited for camera, and the director would come up to me and say, "You really stepped it up this year." I mean, he couldn't say enough, you really stepped it up. The makeups were amazing. Everyone looks really great. The women look so beautiful. We love what you're doing. We love your attitude. They just never stopped complimenting me the entire season.
But you haven't let it go to your head. I can see that.
No.
You're still very down to earth.
Well, because that was one show. We wrapped. Now, I still have to worry about I do have another show now.
Yes.
And
what is that show?
It's called Trust Me. It's on TNT.
When does it come out?
It's about advertising, and it starts airing in January.
Excellent.
So the producers, if this was a good story, they called me up because they liked, a lot of people in Hollywood watch Entourage because it's about Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So I get a phone call, we really like your makeup, can you come in and interview for this show? And I said, okay. So I go to the interview. Of course, I'm very nervous, just like I'm a little nervous here.
You don't appear to.
And I walk into a room, and there was 12 suits, the producers, interviewing me. So that was quite an experience. But I got the job. And so now I'm department heading my second show.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Terrific.
Thank you.
We're going to look for that show. It's called Trust Me. Trust Me. Everybody look for Trust Me on TNT. We have viewers all over the world. Unfortunately, they may not be able to see it.
Oh, okay.
But all over the United States, and I would imagine perhaps maybe in Australia and Canada, you should be able to see Barbara Porter's makeup on Trust Me, so be sure you look for it. Tell me this, this Entourage show, I mean, it's a really hot show, a lot of young people, it's really, moving, it's fast.
Yeah, it's shot all 100% location.
All on location. Wow. And how long are your days?
Not too bad. About between 14 and 16 hours, maybe.
Not too bad.
No, really not too bad. I mean, some days only 12.
Only 12.
It's not bad.
That's not great. That's great.
Yeah, it's really not bad.
You want to work for me?
We didn't have Fraturdays. Believe me, it wasn't bad. No Fraturdays. Very few. Maybe one or two. Friday that goes into a Saturday.
I know.
For the audience, but no, very few. Those a few.
Yes.
We also had huge guest stars. I have a Jimmy Woods story. James Woods.
Can we talk about Jimmy? Do we have permission from the Jimmy Woods makeup artist?
By all means.
Okay.
He came on. We've had a million guest stars. James Woods being one of them, who I love. He was so funny. He never stopped. He's always on, always trying to make everybody laugh. And he was playing himself. And he brought his girlfriend to play a part. That was part of the agreement, his young, beautiful girlfriend. And I had made her up and him up the day before. And then the following day, we had James Cameron, and all these guest stars because it was some big, huge episode, and I couldn't make them up that day.
Yes.
So I was on set, and I get called from set because he wanted me to make up his girlfriend and him. I made him up, but not his girlfriend, because I just didn't have time. So I get called from set, oh no, you have to do his girlfriend too. So, anyway,
production called you and said, hey,
yeah, you got to come back
can't
to
do
the
that, you got to
trailer.
get over here right away.
Yeah. So anyway, after the episode was over, he said to me and my boss, because I wasn't department head then, can you come to my new show? Because he loved us. I loved him. He was great.
No, he was great.
Yeah, can you come to my new show? It was a pilot at the time. It was,
Yes.
I forgot, what was it called?
Shark.
Shark. Can you come to Shark? We'd love to have you and everything, but we, couldn't leave Entourage.
No.
But really nice person, very funny, loved him. And anyway, the point to the whole story is that we've had a huge, for me, huge stars come and go. Beverly D'Angelo is one of them, a veteran who could probably teach me a couple makeup tricks herself.
Great kid. I made her up a couple times.
Yeah.
Fantastic girl.
James Cameron, Kevin Pollak, Fran Drescher we had this season. I loved her. So many stars.
The list goes on and on.
But
Yes.
the point is that for me, only been doing this for a little while, it just makes me feel really good that I don't feel intimidated or anything, because I know that
Because you're
I have the
confident.
skills.
You're confident.
Yeah.
You're confident.
Right.
That's it. That's the key.
Yeah.
You feel good about what you do because
Yeah.
you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Right.
Right. We're going to stop just for a second. We're going to be right back. We have a tape change to do, and we're going to be right back. Don't you go away. Very good.